Hi, I'm Ty Justice. Never enough can be said about the impact that Walt Disney had on the animated landscape. Not to sound saccharine, but his output was nothing short of magic. This is especially true of his products in short form. Now, I grew up watching Disney shorts about as much as anything else, and they're very special to me. There are a few, though, that sadly aren't on Disney+, because contrary to popular belief, Disney will not put up their full catalog for reasons mostly akin to racism or violence. One night I was looking for Mickey's Amateurs on Disney+, but it wasn't there, so luckily I had a plan B, thanks to something called the Disney Treasures Collection. First, Mickey's Amateurs, a fun group short from 1937 that houses the Disney A-list team Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, along with a few other B characters. Mickey here runs a musical talent show that of course goes awry with questionable characters that get gonged off the show when they don't measure up. Donald eventually sneaks back on stage after being given the gong a la I Love Lucy, and machine guns the audience so he can force the judge, Mickey, to let him finish his reciting of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I'm guessing the gun's the reason it isn't on Disney+. Distributed by United Artists, this theatrical short was animated by Les Clark, Al Eugister, Ed Love, Stan Quackenbush, Ralph J. Somerville, Marvin Woodward, Tom Palmer, and my personal favorite Disney artist, Art Babbitt. Babbitt was the antithesis of Walt. Single, a ladies' man, drove a convertible, and was an iconoclast. Just a few reasons why Walt couldn't stand him. Babbitt even led the charge to unionize against the studio's unfair and elitist treatment of most of its team, many being women, just a few years from the making of this short, something Walt never forgot or forgave. Personally, I love this era for animated shorts, especially Disney's. In fact, all of the major studios were starting to go wild with their mainstays, Warner Brothers with their stable of Looney Tunes, Paramount with their innovators, and Disney's direct competitors, the Fleshers, iconizing Betty Boop and Popeye, along with other studios in their early days redefining the robust art of American animation.
It busted.
Released on DVD in chronological order in Mickey and Living Color Volume 1, this short can still actually be found physically, though it might be a little pricey. The reason the complete Mickey, Donald, Goofy, and Pluto shorts can be owned in the first place is because of film historian Leonard Maltin, who got Disney Home Video to co-produce comprehensive chronological DVD volumes of Disney's core assets.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you
From
are.
Hollywood comes the most exciting motion picture news of night. Walt Disney has released his first feature production.
Mickey Mouse becomes a
Here's a
star.
world of imagination, hopes, and dreams.
This was the world of Walt Disney. From here, he reached out to touch us with his spirit, inspire us with his imagination, excite and entertain us with his vision. Now, in the year he would have celebrated his 100th birthday, Walt Disney's spirit continues to captivate us. His legacy endures in a very special collection. I'm proud to be your host for Walt Disney Treasures.
An all-new collection of 4 limited editions, each individually numbered. Enjoy the fun-filled antics of Silly Symphonies and Mickey Mouse in living color. Take a nostalgic tour of Disneyland, USA, and journey into the wilderness with legendary frontiersman Davy Crockett.
Let Walt Disney share his vision and his greatest treasures with you.
Walt Disney Treasures, exclusively on Disney DVD.
Disney executives hated the idea and didn't put much heat into it, almost rooting it for it to fail so they could boast what they believed was true, that no one really cares about the old stuff. When it finally did fail for many reasons, none of which had anything to do with the quality of the IP, they felt satisfied in their belief, though their own lack of support and promotion led to the series failing. And if I'm being honest, few major studios care about their classic libraries. That's why they put so little effort into releasing them on disc or even properly on streaming. That's also why niche companies like Criterion, Kino, and Shout Factory in America and BFI and Eureka in the UK are godsends. They prove that not only does the public care, but we love the old stuff. Now, that's not to say that certain factions in companies like Disney don't care about their classics. Many who I've personally spoke to in the archives and home media departments at Paramount and Disney really do care. It's when you get beyond their individual departments and into the executive branches where only ventures that are projected to make $100 and $150 million on their opening weekend are valued. That's when the disconnect happens. It's the Wall Street effect perpetuated by businessmen with no artistic acumen who care only about the bottom dollar and not about the assets they're charged with curating. Back when Disney was popping out the Treasures collections, the heads of the studios wanted to cut it short. It was only after the home video department fought back and begged them not to, being collectors and fans themselves, that the sets were allowed to finish, at least until the chronological Donald and other character sets were complete. The caveat was that an already limited and individually numbered series got even fewer copies produced. That's why the last few waves had such low print runs. For perspective, an average Disney DVD release at the time could run into 1 million copies or so. By the end of the Treasures run, each set got about 35,000 to 50,000 copies apiece. They were basically out of print before they even hit the shelves. For all the struggle the set had, being able to watch childhood favorites like Mickey's Amateurs whenever you want is freeing, along with not being at the mercy of a streaming service that has no obligation to the consumer, no matter the demand for nostalgia. I'm Ty Justice, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.